podcast so nice, we had to do it twice. Today I'm joined by Brett Sparks.
Hello.
What's up, man?
Not much. Nothing much. Glad to be back.
Yeah, well, I haven't done a repeat podcast yet, but our first podcast got totally jacked up.
Not technically a repeat because it never got posted.
I mean, it got posted for like a half
10
hour or
minutes.
so.
10 minutes.
Yeah, I was pretty upset.
You're not the only one.
We recorded for 3 hours that day, and 28 minutes in, it stopped working. Did I ever show you
No.
Yeah, it was awful. So the last 2.5 hours were just
So disheartening.
yeah, it was the worst. And I was telling people that it really made me want to just give up on this podcasting thing. I was like, I clearly don't know what I'm doing. I'm having technical difficulties. This is terrible. No, don't give up. And I said, it's like a few years back, Hannah hurt her leg.
Yeah.
And she was finally able to take a shower. And so I put her in the shower, and then I went and played 2K in the next room. And I was doing my career mode or whatever. And my guy had like 50 points, 20 rebounds, 20 assists, 10 blocks, 10 steals. Like a god lineup. Like
Yeah.
impossible for any actual player to get. And then Hannah yelled, "Well, I'm ready to get out of the shower." I said, "Okay." And I paused the game and I stood up, and the cat walked past the PS4 and turned that motherfucker off. And
terrible.
it didn't save. And I was like, "Oh no." And then like I went to go play again, and I was just like, I've never played another career mode game ever again. I was so sad about it. And that's kind of how I felt here. But I've had a few people that have been asking to be on, so it's nice to know that people actually listen and want to be on.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I'll do this for as long as you ask me to come back.
Oh, you're always invited. I'm trying to get a bunch of people in before I start asking for repeat guests, but I still want to have repeat guests.
Yeah, why
We'll
not?
see how it goes.
Get updates on everybody's lives.
Yeah. It's been a while since you were over here, but how have you been?
All right. It was a nice holiday season. I mean, not great. We talked about it before the podcast, but I'm having a little bit of a health scare at the moment. But other than that, I'm doing okay. I'm surviving.
Yeah, how did the holidays end up for you? I know you were having a little bit of a hardship beforehand, but I didn't.
Surviving.
Right.
Yeah,
You
doing
went back
okay.
to work and everything seems to be working out.
Yeah, back to work. It was a rough week back at work for sure. I told you, apprentice that I work with, he's in my crew. We have a crew of 5 people. It's 1 foreman and 4 of us working under him. The other apprentice in my crew dropped a heavy-ass piece of pipe on his finger, between his finger and a metal grating. 2 fingers, rather. Middle finger on his left hand. Middle finger and index. It was in between the pipe and the grating. Completely severed his index at the first knuckle. And, like, the middle finger was hanging by, like, sinew. It was, like, barely on there. But yeah, that was my first day back after the holidays.
Oh, that was the first day?
Very first day.
Oh my god.
Right after lunch. We had a couple hours left of the day.
And what do they do? What do they do with that?
They
They just call it a day?
No, luckily the foreman was, like, walking up as that happened. 'Cause, like, I work construction, and there's, like, a tier system of bosses.
Yeah.
You got, like, foreman, so he's, like, in charge of a crew. You have a general foreman who's in charge of multiple crews. And then you have a superintendent who oversees, like, everything. So basically, our foreman walked up, like, as the other apprentice was, like, walking down with his cut off fingers. And they got him over because there's a job site nurse because of how many people there are on the job. And nobody thought to look in his glove, so he's completely missing a finger. So they called back to us at the spot where it happened. They're like, "We need to find his fingertip." So 3 of us were searching for about 35 minutes for a fingertip. Never found it, and we're like, "Did you look in his glove?" They found his fingertip in the glove, but yeah, they kept it real hush. He was back on the job site. It happened at like we get off at 4:30, so it probably happened about 2 o'clock on Monday. He was back on the job at 2 the next day. He wasn't working with us with the tools, but he was on the job site. It was like a no time loss recordable is what it's called, I guess, for like OSHA. So basically, like there was an injury, but there was no like loss of time, loss of paid wages, I guess. I think it's just so they don't get sued and all that other.
Did they reattach his fingers?
So, so the index that got completely severed that was hanging out in his glove, that actually got reattached. And the middle finger that was hanging off by just a little pieces of skin, I guess it was too much damage, so that one nubbed off. So his middle finger on his left hand is going to be a digit short.
My goodness.
And yeah, he's back. He came back the next day.
Is he older?
About my age.
That is terrible.
Give or take a year.
Oh my goodness.
Married. No kids though, but yeah.
Wow.
And the job site's making a big stink out of it, obviously.
As they should. It's a safety thing or whatever.
Yeah, we just received like these really nice hoodies for 100,000 man hours worked without a recordable injury. Fitters specifically on this job, pipe fitters, which is kind of funny. And then the first day back from break, the job site went damn near a year and a half without a single injury, with over 100 fitters on it for most of it. No injuries. And then first day back, he admitted it was his fault because he tried to lift this heavy ass piece of pipe up by himself. Didn't ask for help or nothing. He admitted it was his fault, but the company we work for is kind of putting a hammer down on our crew specifically. Now we're watched with like a magnifying glass. It's a mess. My foreman was shitting bricks thinking he's getting fired. And
yeah, you told me you thought you were going to get laid off. Did you think they were going to lay the whole crew off, or just you in specific, or what?
No, the whole crew, because they went back to the incident area and thought that they found 7 safety violations, I guess you can call it. So like, I mean, it's company policy violations, I guess you can call it. Which a lot of them are bullshit. But yeah, so
they
like,
wouldn't be doing their job if they didn't find anything, you know.
No, and they were just so like the incident happened on a Monday, and we came back to a job site covered in snow and ice, and we spent much of Monday actually trying to clean our work area because you need like a positive egress to your work area, basically meaning that you need to be able to get in and out of your work area without tripping, falling, slipping, whatever. Otherwise, it's considered a confined space. It's a bunch of paperwork, mumbo jumbo, bullcrap. But we spent much of that Monday just trying to clear out 2-inch sheet of ice where our work area was. But they were hitting us pretty hard on violations that had nothing to do with the injury. Like I get that, okay, so we technically broke policy in some cases, but like he just picked up a piece of pipe and hurt himself. You know what I mean? Like we'll dot our T's and cross our I's. But I said that wrong on purpose. But
sure you did.
Yeah. But for now on, but like, you know what I mean? Why are you gonna get mad? It'd be a different story if the tripod that the pipe was sitting on had slipped on the ice and resulted in the injury. That's not the case. He just decided I'm gonna pick up this heavy piece of pipe by myself because I'm an idiot. No offense. He's not listening, but he doesn't deserve to have his fingertips lost. But you know.
Yeah, it's rough out there.
Sure. That was the start of my week. First day back. And then, I mean, in my news, like I just spent some time at the doctors in the ER about some chest problems I'm having. 2021 is not looking as good as it's supposed to be. Let's just put it that way.
What do you mean? 2021's been great so far. These people are storming the Capitol building and all that good shit.
Yeah, it's I don't even want to get too far into it because it's so political, but if you break into somebody's house and they have a gun, what do you think they're going to do? Probably shoot you, if not threaten you with the gun, right?
Yeah.
What are you going to think it's going to happen when you try to break into a government building? Someone's going to get shot, if not worse. But yeah. I don't know.
About how it goes. But, 2021 is what? 9 days in. It can get better. I mean, it can get worse, but it can get better.
No, it'll be like 2 months from now. LeBron James will get killed in like a limo crash,
Don't
and
say shit like that, man. Holy shit.
Colorado will be up in smoke.
Oh
And
my god, shut your dumb mouth.
I'm not hoping it'll happen, but it just
Yeah, but you
seems
can't just
par for the
say things.
course.
God.
We'll lose another famous NBA player. It's gonna
No.
history repeats itself, Lou.
Oh my goodness.
I hope it doesn't. I hope 2021 for everybody gets way better and starts to smooth out here.
Well, to bring it a little bit up, I guess, from what the hell you're over there spewing, Dan Ocampo
Yeah.
put on Facebook a few weeks ago or whatever. He was like, "Do any of my fat friends want to do a weight loss challenge in January? Because he's got a baby on the way." So I told him I would do it, and a few other of his friends, a couple guys I don't know, and Trey is on it.
Darkness. Hell
So
yeah.
we all weighed in January 1st, and Dan was the most, and then Trey, and then me, and then all the other guys were like between 180 and 205 ish pounds. And I guess we're doing the 1st, the 15th, and then February 1st are all the weigh-ins. And whoever wins just gets like bragging rights. So we're trying that. I had my weigh-in for Weight Watchers today, and I had lost 8.6 pounds, but I had just gained 10 pounds, so I'm still up. But
Yeah.
I was like 223 or something today.
Better than nothing. Better than gaining another 8.
Yeah, I guess. But, when you lose 8 pounds in a week, that's just bullshit weight.
Yeah.
It's like a few good shits. Like,
yeah. Or just not drinking a lot of water a couple of days.
yeah, well, you know me.
Sucking down that water.
Yeah, I'm a water.
Dan's a big kid, huh? He's big now?
Dan was like, I don't want to put him on blast, but he was 270 something.
He's still bodybuilding though, isn't he?
Bible living?
Bodybuilding.
Ah.
Bible living.
I don't think Dan's
That's
ever.
probably the good word.
I don't
dude.
think Dan's ever Bible lived in his life, but I don't think he's bodybuilding. I don't know. I don't really know. I know he does welding and stuff.
Yeah, I've talked to him a little bit about. I saw that he welded. Was
He
interested.
does little projects and shit. They look pretty cool.
He used to have a band, or he wanted to make a band in high school. Do you remember the name of the band?
No, do you?
Oh, Shenanigan? No, it was something like that.
I remember him lifting a lot of weight and then he couldn't touch his shoulders.
Yeah, he couldn't touch his shoulder. I remember that we were in literature class one day, and he was telling. Was it literature?
It doesn't matter.
In high
Go
school,
on.
he was telling me about how he shaves his armpits so he doesn't smell.
Yeah.
Then I was like, I'll give it a try. I'll shave my armpits. Worst decision I've ever made in my life.
Yeah, your armpit turns into a bunch of tiny razor blades and it hurts like hell.
Dude, I was miserable for about 2 weeks.
Shout out to all the women that shave their armpits.
I don't know
stronger
how.
than I am.
I don't know how. It's literally like little razor knives coming out of your armpit.
Yeah, you gotta just walk around with your arms in the air like a freaking bird.
Maybe that's it, because they're what is this, traps?
Yeah.
The traps are so big, their arms are already pushed out anyway, so they don't rub.
No, I would like walk around with my hands straight up in the air, like a Tayo Cruz song.
Yeah. What the hell? It's gonna bug me. I can't remember. I think he was like. I can't remember.
We'll hit him up on Facebook. I gotta tell him that we're talking about him so he can check it out. So since the last podcast got erased, everything that we talked about got erased with it. So I'm going to talk about some of the stuff we talked about then. Hi, Hannah.
Oh.
Tell me about Apollo Design.
Apollo Design is a small, very small design company I have going for me right now.
There's nothing wrong with being very small, right, Hannah? No, but in all seriousness, what are you doing with the company and everything? But with your passion project, I should say.
Making decals. I'm trying to design logos for some friends that asked me to do some favors for them. Mostly decals right now for Louis, my biggest supporter. But yeah, I can do a little bit of everything, I guess. I'm currently designing Another logo for Louis and for his brother-in-law, Matthew. A little TV set. I actually started from scratch again. I could just edit the one that he has. You gave me some suggestions, and I don't know if you guys probably talked about it, but then he kind of basically was like, "Can you add these things to it?" Which is exactly what you had mentioned.
Yeah, I didn't know if he was going to actually tell you because he said he liked it, but he just
Yeah, I
he knows that
wasn't.
you wanted to change it up a little bit. You weren't happy with it, so I looked at it and I gave him a few options, and he said those sound good. Then I messaged you because I don't mind my own business.
Yeah, so I kind of restarted that from scratch today, just messing around, doing like actual sketching. So like I'm still trying to. There's two programs I use, and one is like trying to learn Chinese, and the other one's kind of familiar, but I'm still trying to learn the ropes. I use Adobe Fresco. This is the on an iPad. It's an Adobe product. It's like vector based and pixel based design. I don't know. A lot of people out there know what that means, but like vector is like you can get infinitely zoom in on it, and it will never be pixelated because it's basically like a bunch of lines, for lack of a better term. And pixels are obviously pixels on like a screen. So like you could draw something and you're looking from far away, it looks fine. Zoom super far in, and you can see it's pixels. You could, pixel the pixel art side of it, you have like a series of brushes and stuff like that. A lot of crazy different digital brushes you can use. Where vectors are basically you're just using different style of lines. Uh, yeah, I just started from scratch doing actual like sketching. I usually would do like something like an image as uh like a basis for my design. I'd kind of sketch, use it like I'd outline it and then add detail later. But this time around, just because I felt so about mass design, I felt so like indifferent. Like it just felt like there was nothing to it. It was like a TV set with a word in it. I actually like from the start to finish, like I have reference lines to keep my image inside and to like make sure everything's square. I have a rough sketch, and on top of that, I'm doing like a final sketch. So now there's no reference image being used. It's all just from my head, and I'm hoping by doing it that way, I feel better about it than the end result. Like it actually, it's not just an outline of a TV. You know what I mean? So I like it. It looks already in the roughest form. It already feels a little better for me. So hopefully Matt likes it a little better as well.
Yeah, Matt's trying to start his own podcast.
Chatty Matty.
Chatty Matty.
Shout out to Chatty Matty.
Yeah. Who do you think came up with that name?
Henry.
Oh. All Henry says is da 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 da.
Oh, so I was wrong. Damn. Probably Louis.
Yeah, that was me.
It's a good title though for a
Yeah.
podcast. I like it.
I wanted him to change it to Living the Dream with Chatty Matty, but
Living the dream.
well, every time you ask him, how you doing? He goes, living the dream.
Oh, okay.
Every time. And he did not he didn't want to change it because he already sent you the stuff, and I don't think he liked it as much. So
Well, it's easily added. I mean, you can also that could be just as the little motto saying for the podcast. Like yours is kind of like, "What's up, man?"
yeah, I do my best.
It could be like, living the dream.
Yeah. I don't know.
Excuse me, I just burped right into the mic.
Yeah, well, everything can happen on a live podcast.
Yeah.
Have you been putting out ads, not ads, but like different stuff to try and get people to bring you
I was.
stuff, or are you just kind of doing it on the side because you've been so busy with work?
I've been doing it kind of on the side. I don't know if your Facebook page is the same as mine because you have a Losers Facebook page.
Yeah.
You can like advertise
Mm-hmm.
through it.
They ask me
And-
every time I publish something, do you want to boost this for
Yeah.
$10? And I go, no.
So I guess that's you technically get advertised through that. Like you don't have to boost anything. And if people are searching something along the lines of what you're posting about, your Losers episode 6 with what was it, Alex? 6 or Greg? Anyway,
Greg was 6, Alex was 7.
so like that can just show up in their search and they can listen to it, and then you'll get like a notification randomly saying you have a new view or whatever. So I kind of I boosted a couple. It's like way back in the beginning of me just kind of posting random stuff. Uh, so I got that advertising going. It's not really going anywhere with it. I was playing with business cards before the holiday season. I've been thinking about making a website, but I was off for almost 2 weeks during the holiday season, and that all cost money. I was
Yeah.
like, let me get back to work and catch up a little bit. And
Everything
then,
costs money, man.
yeah, and then I was kind of thinking about making like TikTok and Instagram, kind of showing off the whole process and just the stuff that I'm doing.
Well, you have an Instagram.
I do, but posting more on it, like
Don't call me a moron.
like people make TikToks of like fucking everything, and it's as bad as it is. It's really a good social media for randoms. Like I've actually learned quite a bit about like, the craft that I'm doing from random stuff I've seen on TikTok. Like that whole wax paper thing I told you about for your big losers poster or
Yeah.
losers. Like that was I learned on TikTok, where like you put a piece of wax paper down for multiple layering. Cause like the logo I made for the back of my car is like 8 different color vinyl on one decal. And you use wax paper, you line it up, you pull the wax paper away, and lay it down. So there's some things I've learned just about that on TikTok, about the thing I'm trying to do. So I figured it'd be kind of a cool little thing to just show the whole process on TikTok, and maybe people will start to
Yeah. Hashtag
randomly.
FYP or whatever.
Yeah, for sure.
I was on TikTok for like 2 weeks. I had to get rid of it. I was addicted.
It's super bad. It's so bad for multiple
For
reasons.
me, it was just all of the people coming up were just titties,
Oh,
and
dude.
I was like, I can't do this. I can't, and I got
Yeah.
rid of it.
No, it's definitely. I mean, the worst part too is like you'll be like, "Oh, damn, that chick's hot," and then like you're like, "But she could also be 13." Like you have to like you gotta. I don't know. I feel kind of weird about it sometimes because I'm just like, "Damn, she might not be old enough for me to legally think she's hot." Here I am
Yeah,
staring at her fucking. I don't know. I get weirded out about it, but like I said, sometimes I'll find stuff that's interesting about design and
I was on TikTok so long ago. The only ones that made me laugh a lot were the guys running after the goats, not goats, the cows.
yeah.
So I do that to Henry sometimes.
Yeah.
Nobody knows what I'm talking about, and then I pull him up and I laugh, and nobody else laughs.
There's it feels like a lifetime ago. The trends that were on there when I first got on, I fought it for so hard for so long, and then it finally broke, and I just can't stop now. It's like
Yeah.
my for you page is hot chicks, video games, and vinyl decal stuff. It's bad. And then like worst part is you can go on and be like, I'll watch a couple TikToks. You lay down for bed, and it's like 1 in the morning. All of a sudden, you're like, I've been on this for 3 hours.
I'm sure Hannah's upstairs on TikTok right now. She loves it. She fought it forever too. Now she's on it and she loves it.
It's so.
She watches mom TikToks.
Oh my god, mom, TikTok. That's crazy.
There was one that really made me laugh, and it was like a mom talking, and who cares what she was saying, but the kid in the background was making a sandwich. He said, "I need some fucking jam," and she just stares at him, and he goes, "I need some fucking jam," and it makes me laugh every time.
That's funny. I wish I would have saw that one. That's pretty
Yeah,
good.
I'll see if I can find it when we're done.
I just saw one of my favorite TikToks of all time. I'm convinced of it. You won't know much about it, but people out there that play video games kind of avidly would. It was like you know how people can like green screen their faces onto things and that like it'll just be an eyes and a mouth just on a random object.
Okay.
And it was like a Skyrim, Elder Scrolls Skyrim thing, and there's a stupid plant in that game that makes like a humming noise. And this dude's like just pretending to walk through Skyrim, and you hear like this like high pitched, really like digitally like portrayed. Oh, what song is it? Oh my god! Now my memory today is just gone. But it was like this high pitched like humming rendition of some like pop song coming out of this like plant, and I don't know why it doesn't sound funny, but for people that love Skyrim, if you see this TikTok, you'll die laughing. It's by far my favorite TikTok.
You and Richard send me TikToks all the time, and I don't think any of them are funny. And Then I'll tell the other one. Like if Richard sends me something, I'll tell you, and you'll be like, "You didn't think that was funny? That was
Oh my
hilarious!"
god,
And they're
dude.
never funny.
They're always funny.
And you said humming, so I'm gonna move on from TikTok. I have tried.
Oh, you're gonna break my heart right
I've
now.
tried. I've listened to it a bunch of times, man.
Let me tell. There's a song on
Hang
this
on, hang
album.
on, hang
Oh
on.
my god.
I've listened to it a bunch of times. There's a few that get stuck in my head. I just Kid Cudi's new album does not do it for me, man.
I can't. I can't.
He's not. It's not as good as when we were in high school. Maybe it's just I'm not the guy I was in high school, but I still like those songs from Man on the Moon and Man on the Moon 2. But this one is not doing it for me.
I'll give you. I'll let you say that it's not as good as the other two, because the other two are just classic, iconic. Man on the Moon 1 and 2. You can't take that away from them. But this album, being released so many years later, has such strong Man on the Moon vibes, and you can't deny that.
I don't think it sounds like the other ones.
Ah, you're crazy, dude.
When I started talking about it, excuse me, you said that if you put them all in a playlist and hit shuffle, they just sound like they're all together. And I don't think so.
Ah, dude.
This one has a lot more like of the mumble rap feel to it.
Yeah, but Kid Cudi's kind of always been
I don't know.
borderline.
This one just I don't know. I like Damaged. Is it Damaged Man or
It's
Damaged?
damaged, yeah.
That one is okay.
The Void might be the greatest song ever written.
See, I
in
don't
music
even
history.
like. Most of the time, I just put it on. I don't want to say this. I'm gonna say it. I have a pocket up in my my suit thing at work, and if I'm like throwing bags or doing something where I'm not on my forklift, I'll put my phone in my pocket there, and I'll just have it playing that. So I don't know the songs by heart or their names, but I've listened to it a bunch of times. There's the one that's like just random yelling in the background. That one,
Yelling in the background.
yeah.
You have
I-
to go a little better. Than that.
I'd have to look later. I can't remember how it goes or what it's called now that I just put myself on the spot. But I think he just goes yeah in the background a lot, and it's just
Well, I mean, have you listened to any of what was his last album?
no.
You didn't listen to any of
Indica, dude.
no in the Bolt.
No, I didn't listen to any of the Indibolt.
No, not that album. Passion, Pain, and Demon Slam.
No.
There's literally a song on that album that's just mouth noises, dude.
Yeah, I not big on that, man.
Man on the Moon 3, The Chosen, is probably my favorite Cudi album. I told this to Richard. It was one day, the seat that I sit at work is like a black hole for cell phone reception. It's just like you sit in this seat and you just cannot get signal. I don't know why, but it's the only seat available, so I can't just change seats. And I was like, I couldn't get a YouTube to load. I was like, whatever. I got this album downloaded. I'll just listen to the album, lay my head down. I got my EarPods Pro in. I got the noise canceling on. I was listening. The Void came on, and whole body chills, dude. Like that song just like grabbed my heart.
Which one is the Void?
It's the
The only one that I can really think of at this moment in time is the little sad boy is a sad boy, little mama boy.
Elsie's baby boy. Which is okay. That is the
Whatever-
worst.
Whatever he says.
That's the worst song on the album. But no, the Void is like I will fall in the void, just to avoid everything that can bring.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
That song it just like kills me, dude. I
Yeah.
love it. It might be the best song ever written. He's having trouble with his water bottle at the moment. But yeah,
don't
dude,
get any.
it's now again. I'll allow the argument that it's not as good as his old stuff because 90% of the time, new music isn't as good as their old stuff.
How I Met Your Mother taught me that new is always better.
No, so shut up, Barney Stinson. Especially because like right now he's making music and he's not on the same drugs he was back in the day. And say what you will, drugs make better music, usually. But thus like all of the music between the '60s and today, all the best musicians are dying at 23 on drugs. But
27.
is it 27?
27 Club.
Yeah, 27 Club. I think you're right. But yeah, I'm fully a fan of it. And at this point, I have a playlist of just Post Malone and Kid Cudi, and that's all I listen to.
Posty, dude.
Posty, dude. I can't. I'm hooked, and I can't. I'm fucking counting down the days for him to release his next album.
I almost bought those Crocs. I didn't buy them.
They are the exact color scheme of my custom-made Converse.
I
That is
thought-
the only pair of Crocs. I said with the straightest face, and I will say every day of my life with the straightest face, that I will never buy a pair of Crocs, and that is the only pair of Crocs I considered buying.
They were ugly, man.
They were black.
they were
with
just
pink
black.
fuzzy inside.
They weren't fuzzy.
They were fuzzy.
They weren't fuzzy.
Weren't they not fuzzy?
No, they were just pink insides.
Whatever. It's the
And
same
then-
exact color scheme as my Converse.
And then they had the women's ones that were pink on the outside and black on the inside.
I'd take both.
And they were ugly.
Not ugly. You're
And
ugly.
They had and they had nothing to do with Post Malone. I was like, this is dumb. At least the Luke Combs ones I have
Lord Combs on them or
no,
whatever.
they have a skull with a big old beard.
Yeah, his little symbol or whatever. His logo. Is it not a logo? I don't know anything about Luke Combs.
Luke Combs is awesome.
He sometimes plays video games with the streamers that I watch.
Does he really?
Yes, he does.
That's awesome.
He plays like Warzone and stuff with Tim the Tatman and Nick Merckx.
Tim the Tatman Taylor?
No, Timmy Tenders, dude. He's my favorite streamer.
That's Tim the Toolman Taylor.
Yeah, dude. I almost bought those Crocs. For real. And I was like, nah.
Figured they'd sell out immediately, and they did not. I got in so quickly, and they were like $75, and I was like, I can't do it, man. Can't even do it.
The only reason why I didn't buy them is because there's never an application where I'm going to wear them. Like, I can't wear.
I wore Crocs all day today, dude.
I can't. I don't know what it is. I guess it's a pride thing or me just being an idiot. But I cannot wear Crocs out. in
No,
public.
Crocs have a stigma to them, dude.
They do. It's
People
for
that
fucking nurses and
people that wear them love them. People that don't wear them
hate them.
will not even look at them.
They're very polarizing.
Yeah,
Very
they're
polarizing.
the John Cena of shoes. People that like John Cena love him, dude. People that don't like him will not love him. It's just how it is. There's nobody that's like, yeah, John Cena's okay.
I got a. I almost wore them today to here.
Yeah, your Mystery Machine ones.
I got for Christmas, dude.
Oh, those are a Christmas present.
Yeah,
Rock and roll.
dude.
I saw your unboxing or whatever on Snapchat.
Richard said to me one day, because this is the second release of these shoes. He goes, "If you got those shoes and they were worth $5,000, would you sell them?" I said no. If they'd resell for $5,000, $10,000, I was like, no. There's no amount of money that I'd sell those shoes for. And he goes, well, "Are you fucking high?" I'm like, why would
Yeah.
I sell them?
Because you're a dipshit. But go on.
How does that make me a dipshit?
Because if somebody was like, I'll give you $10 million for those shoes, and you were like, nah, that makes you a dipshit.
All right, 10 million and 10,000 are two completely different numbers.
10,000 is a fuckload of money for a pair of shoes, you
So
dipshit.
here, I'm not a shoe guy. Richard's a shoe guy. Richard will avidly try and buy shoes just to resell them because they'll probably be worth more money later, right?
Yeah.
I'm not a shoe guy. I just buy shoes that I think look cool, right? Or like my custom-made Converse that I have right now, just because I like them. The OG Scooby Doo is my favorite TV show of all time. I used to watch it all the time as a kid. It means a lot to me. Scooby Doo as a show, did a lot for me when I was super young. And so these shoes mean something to me. And if I find a pair of shoes that I want to buy, I'm not just going to turn around and sell them. Richard's buying shoes not to own, not because he likes them, because he's going to try and turn a profit. I buy the shoe, or I get the shoe. Those shoes specifically. If somebody wants to buy my shitty old pink and black Converse Chuck Taylors for $10,000, I'd sell them in a second. You know what I mean?
Nobody's buying old shoes, you dipshit.
I also recently, do you remember my OG Converse?
Red, white, and blue?
The red, white, and blue strap or laceless Converse?
Yeah.
I found a pair, a couple months ago. They were high top with the same red, white, and blue American flag. They had laces, though, on clearance at the Converse store at the Chicago Premium Outlets for $3.
Did you buy them?
$3? Come on now. Throwback to the OGs, dude.
Yeah. Did you take the laces out?
Oh, it's high tops. That would never work.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't wear Converse. My feet are too damn big.
Yeah, they are very hard to wear with wide feet. Mine are almost too wide.
Mine are way too wide.
You're supposed to have 7 toes. I'm convinced, dude.
Dude, I have enough room for 7 toes. People at the New Balance store are like astounded when they bring me out 4E shoes and I'm still shooting out the sides of these motherfuckers. They're like, "There's no what are you?" And I'm like, "Yeah, you ever see that episode of The Office where Kevin has his feet in the tissue boxes? I'm pretty sure that should be me."
You have no right to be fucking bringing up
Dude, he
episodes of The
spilled his
Office.
chili, bro. He
You have
spilled
no
his
right.
chili.
The only reason why his feet were in the tissue
It's
box is
so-
because they threw out his shoes.
It's so funny, dude.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
a good
yeah.
show, dude. You should watch it.
Crocs are like The
dude.
Office, dude. Polarizing.
And Alex was here last week. Yeah, I think it was last week. If not, it was the week before. But she was like, "Oh my God, Louie, do you watch Letterkenny?" And
Oh, yes.
I was like, "No, I refuse to watch Letterkenny because you and Richard want me to watch it so bad." She's like, "But it's so funny," and I
It's
was like,
so good, dude.
and I was like, "Dude, you know Sturt? You know Sturt, dude?" And she was like, "No, it's," and she did it her own way. I don't fucking remember. Stupid show.
Dude, you gotta watch it though.
But yeah. So
Do you remember watching MXC at my house way back in the day? Do you remember MXC?
I don't. You refresh my memory.
Most Extreme Elimination Challenge. It was a Japanese game show that Americans dubbed their voices over it.
I do remember that now that you say it.
They have a couple of seasons on Amazon Prime, and I'm in love. It's like the best shit I've ever watched.
I just
dude.
remember going to your house and watching the worst TV possible
Do you remember
all the
that
time.
What was that one?
How It's Made. We
How-
watched so much How It's Made. Who fucking
Hold on.
cares
Do you remember
about
that-
how a golf ball is made? I don't care.
What was that one show that renovation show?
That was the Adam Carolla
The
project.
Adam Carolla project. We went from episode 1 to like the last episode,
We started that at Jenny and Carl's house
Yeah.
where we watched not terrible shows, except for we do. But
except for Storage Wars. Every time.
Storage Wars and the Adam Carolla project.
and then
But then we had to go to your dad's house, and he refused to let us finish the Adam Carolla project.
yeah, we were very upset.
Yeah.
We were very upset.
But we used to go to your house when we were kids.
How
It
It's
was
Made
either
is the shit.
either NASCAR or How
Well,
It's
NASCAR
freaking
sucks
made.
ass. I'll give you that,
How It's Made.
dude. That's the best show.
How are envelopes made?
We used to watch MythBusters
Who
too.
gives a
Don't talk
shit?
shit about MythBusters, dude. Nobody, they never do How It's Made envelopes. Come on, I've never seen that.
I don't know. They would talk about every dumb thing. They're like,
You're not curious about how it's made?
no, I don't give a fuck. I'm not gonna go out and start making envelopes. I don't
Dude, you
care.
might though.
Oh
If they hit a How It's Made forklift.
no, don't care. I don't give a shit about forklifts.
Watch the best stuff in my house, and you know it.
You're out of your mind.
Busters, dude. Fucking
And then we'd
Ghost
be like,
Adventures, dude.
yeah, also a dumb show.
Dude,
I was
Ghost
just
Adventures is the best.
what's the guy's name in Ghost Adventures?
Zach Bagans?
Zach Bagans.
Bagans? So
See,
you
I-
talking about the big douchey guy or the scared ugly guy?
No, I think his name was Zach. I just remember I was talking to Hannah about it the other day because I'm not a ghost guy, and you and Richard both love that dumb fucking show. And I
Hold
said,
on, no. Let me say this. Whether or not ghosts are real, the show is just funny.
wasn't one of the guys named Sparks?
No.
Who was Sparks? I don't remember. It doesn't matter. I thought there was a show where you're like, I could be related to that guy. How many people do you know with the last name Sparks?
That wasn't. No, it was Zach Bagans, Aaron, Nick. Nick's not on it anymore. I don't know. I don't think it was anybody named Sparks.
Maybe it was a
I
different
do remember this conversation, but I can't remember what show it was. Sparks. Figured you out your water bottle?
Worked.
There you go. I
Have-
should probably have my bottle on here.
Have you used your bottle at all?
I have. That's fucking wonderful.
Awesome. People are like, dude, sick bottle.
Paulo likes it. It hasn't left my apartment.
Oh, you just use it at home.
Yeah. I don't want to get that all messed up at work.
I take mine to work. Fuck it.
It was gifts and I love it, so I don't want to ruin it. It'll just get destroyed at work. There's parts, we call it Forbidden Frosty, where it's just, there's like, so they use this special type of, I don't know if it's really even special, but there's this like gravel that's very packable. So like they got the big steam roller thing that rolls over it and packs all this gravel. Well, what they do, what happens is when snow melts or water and gets on this gravel, the fine particles just kind of make this frosty. It looks like Wendy's frosty, and it never soaks up the water. It just kind of makes this frosty. And there's parts of work where we're walking through like 6 inches of the forbidden frosty. So like, I don't really want to fuck it up at work, you know.
Yeah.
Too much to me.
So, man, speaking of Wendy's, you said Frosty, and now I'm hungry. Have you been trying to get back on the weight loss train or anything?
I have. I've gained about 10 pounds since Thanksgiving. That was about when I just threw out the fasting. I was like, fuck it. I'm going to be eating a lot, so I might as well just full send and then hit it hard again next year. I'm kind of fasting again, kind of not. It's hard to get back into. I had a full ass pizza today in Chick-fil-A to put in perspective how much food I ate today.
I am full on back into my fasting, and I hate it.
Yeah.
Oh, God, I don't miss it. The headaches, the sweating. I
Yeah.
just start sweating.
Yeah.
Like, what? Stop.
Yeah, it takes getting used to it again. There's been a few days this week. I mean, it's been a week from hell, but there's been a couple of days this week where I won't bring food to work. So I'll just go the whole day without food, just trying to intermittent fast again. It's hard. It's so hard getting into it. I wish I should have started it during my 10 days off during the holiday season. But fuck it. But I didn't. Now I'm paying the price.
Yeah. I you know how I'm stupid, right?
No, you're
So
stupid.
I wanted to my goal weight right now is 185 pounds. I want it so bad. And the reason I picked that weight is because I'm a UFC fan, and that's a certain weight class. That's the middleweight class. And I said I would like to get to there. My old goal was 205 until I realized I wanted to be under 200. Well, if you're going to be under 200, you got to get to 185. And I'm like, I think that's doable. And
I think you would look so weird at 185.
that's fine. I'm fine. I look weird now. I was weird when I was 285.
No, I think. Okay, so
185.
Hear me out. If you were to hit 185 and then gain like 15 pounds of muscle back, so you were like 200, but like a nice, thick 200 of muscle, no very low body fat, you'd look pretty good.
Don't want to do that. Not trying to be a big muscle guy.
Yeah, 15 pounds of muscle ain't shit though.
Yeah, but don't want it.
Like 10 of those pounds could just go right into your ass muscles, and you would look like a normal human.
Don't want it. What was I going to say? 185 would be 100 pounds from where I started my weight loss journey. That's another reason I picked 185. But I was like, if I can get to 185, I think I want my victory picture or my victory trophy thing to be, I wanted to get a replica UFC belt. I was like, that would be fucking dope. Take the picture of me on the scale with the belt and flexing and shit like that. Like,
sure, we could have like a custom belt made for you too.
I can't fight. I'm never gonna be the UFC 185-pound champion.
Never say never, Lou.
Israel Adesanya is terrifying.
Oh, dude,
but
he's a terrifying human.
If I can buy a belt, that would be pretty cool. So I went on the UFC's website and I looked up the replica belts.
Could guess how much?
Take a guess.
Is it like real metal, real gold, or whatever?
I think it's real metal and a real leather strap.
500 bucks.
Shoot out a number. 500?
Hmm?
Go higher.
600?
Higher.
800?
Higher.
Oh, no way. For a replica?
850.
Dude, go to you remember Kmart, the WWE belts they used to sell in like
yeah,
Kmart
they have that, and that's 30 for like the plastic one with the plastic thing, and I'll probably just get one of those. But
what's gonna happen here? I'm gonna tell you right now. What's gonna happen? You're gonna be quickly approaching by the end of this year, hopefully before then, but $185, and all of your best friends are going to get together and have a custom UFC belt made for you, which is probably the same amount of money as the shitty UFC belt that you're gonna buy.
I am going to try my best to not offend anybody here. You and Richard are going to get together and give me a belt?
You don't think that
You and Richard
hold
and
on,
Hannah?
hold on. You don't think that other people in your life wouldn't pitch in for that?
I think they would. I think I'm
almost willing to bet that it's cheaper to get a custom one made.
It is. Yeah, they're like $150. I
So
I
me,
don't-
Richard, your mom, Hannah,
I don't want to
Greg.
offend anybody. I really don't. But in doing stuff, I find it's very hard to get people to do things.
Yeah, but you're
It's
so
a
when
huge pain in my dick.
yeah, but like it's easy to do things for you, especially when it's like I'm not asking like random people.
I ain't shit, bruh.
Yeah, but you are shit, bro.
I ain't shit.
Realistically, okay, when do you think if you really kicked ass with this Weight Watchers and really busted your ass to get down to that 185, when do you think the soonest you get that point is? Because what are you, at 220 something right now?
223.9, so
You're losing
224.
almost 40 pounds. When do you think you could realistically do that by?
Realistically, July? Probably
Best case scenario is July.
Probably fucking not though. Like I don't work out. I'm just like
So if I
once it warms up, I want to start running again. Start doing some 5Ks. I want to do.
I'm gonna go home tonight. I want to find somebody that makes custom title belts.
You can find them. They're not hard to find.
And I want to get a price. And if they're $150, I can find $20 per person. I can easily pay for that.
I will give you $150.
No, I don't want
you
your.
can find a good
What
one.
is the point of you buying your own replica belt?
I want it. I want it so bad.
How about
It's
you take that
so
money?
stupid.
Take that money.
I'm
and
a
put it
huge
towards the
wrestling
mixer.
fan. I'm a huge UFC. I just want a belt.
Well, you'll get a belt. Just lose the weight, and we'll get you a belt.
And I want it.
There's your goal right there.
I found a website that makes belts, but they were like fantasy football championships or bowling league champion.
Dude, you don't
want
want to be the bowling league champion belt?
Or they had a cornhole championship.
Bro.
I
want that one.
thought that was pretty dope. But I like typed it in like any weight loss belts and they were like, fuck out of here, fatty. I was like, all right, I feel you, fam.
Dude, I'm gonna find. Dude, I have a guy I work with who does like metal fabrication.
I was thinking about asking Dan.
He does like he's got all the crazy CNC machines, and he could probably make like the plate, and like the big plate and the two smaller side plates. I'm guessing it's what you want.
The UFC belt, dude.
Yeah, and then and I just gotta find someone that does good leather work, and I got you, dude.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, not just me, all of your friends and family that are rooting for you.
Yeah, rootin' tootin'. When I was doing well last year, I was pretty good at losing 10 pounds a month.
You hit a wall at some point, though.
No.
No?
Once I stopped dieting, stopped exercising, that's when I fucked everything up. But for the first, I did Weight Watchers. I joined April. From there, I'd already lost 20 pounds from January. So by beginning of July, I went on vacation. I was at 215, 216 probably.
Still crazy to me that you weighed less than I had when I started my weight loss venture.
And I was never that light. And that was
came out of the womb at 217.
That was excuse my math live on air. 70 pounds that I had lost. And I had like 70 pounds in 7 months, give or take.
10 pounds a month.
So I was good at losing 10 pounds a month. And I'm pretty good at knowing what to do to lose weight quicker. Like, I eat so little at this point now.
Yeah.
Like, today I picked out Happy Birthday, Mom.
Happy birthday, Mama.
It is what it is. But I'll be good the rest of the week. I'll be
Yeah.
good the rest of the fucking month. I don't care. Like,
Yeah.
I don't have anything else to celebrate. I don't think. Not off the top of my head. So, until like Valentine's Day when Hannah and I make heart-shaped pizzas or whatever we're going to do. I'll be okay. But
Chocolate covered strawberries, bro.
my problem is I'm one of those guys. I'll wear a mask to the store. I'll wear a mask to the bakery. I'll wear a mask anywhere. I do not want to wear a mask when I'm running on the treadmill.
Yeah.
It drives me insane.
I was doing pretty good at the gym before the pandemic hit. I live walking wise a minute from a gym,
Yeah.
decent gym. And I was doing pretty good a couple days a week at the gym, and then the pandemic hit, and it's just I don't know, something about it. It's hard to breathe. I mean, because they don't force you to wear your mask at the machines at least the gym that's by my house. They don't force you to wear a mask at the machine. They just want you to wear it as soon as you're done and stand up. They want the mask get back on. But who's gonna off and on off a mask 50 times at the gym?
Dedication, man. But also, I don't like running on the treadmill. I've learned that I do like running outside. I'll throw on my headphones and I'll run outside for an hour or so,
Yeah.
try and get a few miles in. We're lying. It's not an hour, like 40 minutes. But I'll throw on my headphones, try and get three or so miles in. But I don't know. I'm not into wearing the mask on the treadmill. It's like hard enough to breathe already,
Yeah.
let alone having the mask covering my face.
I also hate running on a treadmill. I don't know, it's too mundane. At least when you're running outside. I mean, who am I kidding? I don't run, but I get the idea of running outside because the scenery is ever changing and there's stuff to focus on other than the fact that you're fat and running on a treadmill. Like I'm excited about the weather warming up a little bit and now having a bigger vehicle. So I bought a really nice mountain bike last year that I didn't really get to use too much because I didn't ever pay for the bike rack hitch on the back of it, and I couldn't fit the bike inside the tiny car, so I didn't get to use it as much as I wanted to. But once the weather warms up, I have a fold down back seats that I can just throw the bike into and go wherever I want. So when the weather starts to warm up a little bit, that's another way I'm going to try and exercise is a mountain bike.
I want I've been saying this for years and I've never done it, but I want to start riding a bike to and from work. I work like 10 minutes away, if that,
That's a drive.
in my drive, if that. So if I leave like a half hour before I got to be there, the biggest problem is the damn train. If it wasn't for the train, and I'm saying 10 minutes with traffic, so there's no traffic on a bike. If I catch the train, I'm fucked either way.
See, the problem with that is
I would do the ride on a weekend day to see how long it would take me before I just started. Before I went, I'll be all right, and I'm an hour late. Like,
yeah, no. I thought when I bought the bike, one of my first trips out, my dad got really excited about me buying a bike because he likes to ride bikes. And we ended up taking like a 25-mile bike trip one day, just whimming. Like, well, let's go for a bike ride. Yeah, sure. All right, well, you want to go a little farther? I can go a little farther. Yeah, let's go a little farther. Go a little farther and a little farther, and then we got to a point where like, all right, we're done, and you get to go back. Is the problem, right? But like 5 miles in a car versus 5 miles on a bike are very, very different.
no, I know.
And like I super respect you wanting to do that, but if you were going to do that, I would emulate the trip quite a bit before you actually took it.
Yeah, no, I know.
Because now you're driving your bike to work, working a full day at work, and then having to ride it home.
Yeah,
This just sounds kind of rough.
eh, give or take.
Maybe you're gonna be on sidewalks and roads and streets, so it's not gonna be super strenuous. But fuck, that's gonna take some getting used to for sure.
Yeah, I do want to try it though, but I just I hate the cold. I'm so excited for it to be warm, and if it
Yeah.
warms up, I'd rather like enjoy the sunshine while it's there.
This actually winter hasn't been too bad. Knock on wood. That's better.
Well, I got you on the spot. You said you hated running.
I do.
Maybe this summer, if I can find something or something, would you be interested in doing a 5K or something?
Uh,
It's like 3.1 miles or something like that.
yeah, I'd be willing.
If I could find something. I was rattling around in my head thinking about
Here.
trying to organize something, but organizing stuff is the bane of my existence.
I got it. All right. Here's the call out. Here's the official me saying that I'll do it. I'll do it if Liz actually holds to her set word from last year.
Liz,
runs this one.
You
'Cause you're
are
listening right now.
on the spot.
I
It
will
sounds like Brett is not running a 5K.
I will run this 5K with you if Liz, on her life, swears us to run this 5K with her. Because she was supposed to run it with you last year, backed out on you like an ass.
Yeah, she didn't back out. She just didn't do it.
Well, that's called backing out.
Well, life got shitty or whatever. It happens, but
Excuses.
none.
Yeah, if I had proper, no, for sure. If I had, you gave me like a good heads up for like a training period. So I feel like even at my worst, I could run 3 miles. It'll just take 2 days.
I don't need you to kill yourself.
I won't.
If it takes you 3 hours to run 3 miles, at least you did it. That's the way I look at it.
Yeah, no, I would do it. I'd try. I'd give it a go.
I stopped in the middle of my 5K to eat a Snickers bar because I thought I was going to die. I was running. I was running on like an empty stomach because I didn't want to eat dinner because I was going to run. So I was like, I can't eat this big dinner because I'm going to like vomit in the middle of my run. So
Carb load, dude.
So I was on an empty stomach and I was like getting dizzy. I was like, I am going to die out here. So I stopped by the concession stand.
Yeah.
Because I was just running into the neighborhood and I stopped by the concession stand and I like ran past. My mom handed me a Snickers out the window, pounded that motherfucker down. The sugar got me through the end.
Speaking of Snickers bar, you know that I'm a picky eater.
Yeah.
I never ate a Snickers bar until probably last year.
And?
I've been missing out, bro.
Dude, Snickers are delicious.
Dude, they're the best.
Do you like Reese's?
I love Reese's Cups.
Okay, yeah.
Reese's
Well, yeah, I knew you did that.
Yeah.
I just thought it. Reese's are the best.
That's by far the best, I don't know, quote unquote candy. Would you consider Reese's Cups a candy?
Yeah.
Is chocolate candy?
Yes. What? Yes.
I don't know. It's like in my head when I think of candy, it's like Sour Patch Kids, Twizzlers.
M&M's?
Yeah, I guess you're right. M&M's would be a candy, so what's Reese's Cup would be a candy. But M&M's are like...
Because they're fun colors?
No.
It's got to be a fun color?
I don't know. Like, I don't think of a chocolate bar as candy.
Yeah, I think chocolate, like if it's in a package, that's hard to say.
It's
like
a weird gray area.
Because like cupcakes aren't candy.
No.
Like Hostess cupcakes are in a package and they're chocolate, but they're not candy.
No.
But Reese's Cups, Butterfingers, Hershey bars, Three Musketeers, Milky Ways,
I feel like people,
Snickers, those are all candy.
I feel like people call them candy bars because
bars.
There's no better word for it.
Call it a chocolate bar, but they're candy.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I just a weird thought of.
And I guess when you really think about it, an M&M, like when you really get into it, is a candy-coated chocolate morsel.
Yeah.
So I guess that's where you get the word candy from, is the sweet coating on the outside. But I don't fucking candy just means sugar. Like if you make candied bacon, that's sugar, just brown sugar on bacon. So candied is just sugar.
Yes.
As far as I'm not a fucking genius,
dude.
But in my mind,
Louis' food review. What is candy?
Big Lou's reviews.
Could that be a part of the Losers podcast universe? Is the Big Lou's reviews?
Don't mention the LPU on my shit until I decide that I'm going to do it.
Spoilers. Dude, that should be a thing, dude.
Big Lou's reviews.
Can we shout out another friend of ours that I'm super ecstatic about?
Yeah, I don't know what you're going to say.
Greg Vaclaw does a daily new food review. And,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, on Snapchat. Almost every day. He does like a daily food review where he just tries a new food or drink. Just pretty much anything. Mostly like not like meals, but like unpackageable, openable drink. But it's like for some reason like it is like I look forward to it every day. I don't know what it is about it. It's just a simple and then he does like I told him to do like silly filters, so sometimes it'll be like horse face. Oh, speaking of horse face, what was your joke today? I did not understand it at all.
A joint with no money. What do you call a joint with no money?
A pony?
A pony.
What?
Because you po. You're a knee.
Joint. Oh.
It wasn't as good, but
I was like thinking like drug or
Horse puns are hard, man. They're fucking hard. I couldn't think of anything better than that.
oh my god, joy.
Plus, I didn't send that one to everybody. Everybody got the. Why didn't
Little horse.
the little horse sing at the
Yeah.
talent show?
I was like trying so hard. I was like, what does it have anything to do with an opponent? Like I thought for some reason, like when you said joint, I was thinking more of like a place. Like
Oh,
that
like
joint.
you have joints, like
No,
your
I get it
elbows and
now.
your
Opposed
knees.
knee. When you touch your knee, it fucking clicked.
Yeah.
But that's funny,
No, it's not. But I did my best.
dude. It's shit like that. I don't know. It's just like I don't know. It's fun little things to get you through the day. I love that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I guess that's basically why I'm so obsessed with TikToks because that's all they are really is short videos. They're random.
Matthew's friend Dave started a YouTube channel, and he called it Big McDude's Reviews. And Matthew told me it was going to be him like trying food and reviewing it. So Matthew would just shout the nastiest foods possible for him to try, but in a attempt to be what's the word I'm looking for? Supportive. I like gave him actual foods to try on his YouTube channel where he didn't actually do anything, and then he deleted the YouTube channel and said he's not actually doing it anymore and this and that, and I was like, "Oh, good. Great." And he said, "Oh, actually I'm going to review video games." I was like, "Oh, cool. Nobody does that."
Oh, a lot of people do food reviews too. It's
Yeah,
kind
but
of sad, but that's like one of the more popular things on YouTube.
Matthew just kept telling him to do Sour Patch Kids ice cream. Yeah, it doesn't sound good.
Did you try last summer? Was it the summer before? It was a Sour Patch Kids freeze.
I'm not big on Sour Patch Kids, so
They were
probably
like
not.
it was like lemonade flavored, blueberry lemonade, strawberry lemonade, and it was limeade. It was like summer drinks flavored basically with like I want to say it's menthol, but I don't think it was. But like you bit into it and it cooled your mouth, but it tasted like lemonade and it was like super delicious. And they stopped making them. I was super sad about it.
I've never heard of that, and I probably wouldn't try it even if I did.
Crazy, dude. What's your favorite color? Starburst.
Favorite color Starburst in order.
Red, pink,
Probably red, pink,
orange, yellow.
yellow, orange.
Mine's the exact inverse. Well,
But-
no, not exact inverse.
But we're being real. I like to unwrap all of them, make a giant ugly stack, and eat them all at the same time.
Yeah.
I've never like
I like to make combination flavors out of them.
when I was younger, I would get shitty if I got yellow and orange
Yeah,
in the
you
same
would.
package.
You'd give them
but,
to me.
But now I'm like, I don't care. There's no bad Starbursts. Not like green Skittles, which are disgusting.
Well, because they used to be lime and now they're green apple.
Green apple.
Who decided that was a good
Which is
idea?
gross.
That's disgusting. Nobody likes green apple candy except for those.
Yeah. Shout out episode 1, Losers Podcast with Richard. People do like green apple. Those people are wrong. Sorry. It's gross. Sorry.
I'm sure there is something green apple flavor that I do enjoy, but I can't think of it at the top of my head right
You
now.
like green Jolly Ranchers?
I mean, Jolly Ranchers to me are just like an amorphous flavor. I don't really. Jolly Ranchers don't have.
Let me get the fucking dictionary out and
Yeah.
figure out what the fuck you're talking about.
Maybe I said the wrong word.
Doesn't matter.
They're all the same fucking flavor, basically. There's not enough. Like you said that LaCroix is like drinking seltzer water and someone's shouting a flavor in the next room. That's how Jolly Ranchers are to me. It just tastes like sugar with like the hint of flavor to it. Can we talk about banana Laffy Taffies?
Man, Laffy Taffies
The
are
best
gross.
flavor?
Those are disgusting, dude. What are you talking about?
They are fucking the worst candy on the planet.
I'm not big on politics,
No.
but to me, the way that people were treating the election this year was like you were being forced to choose between a banana Laffy Taffy and a blue raspberry Jolly Rancher, which are the two worst candies. Fight me.
Fight me.
So they're like, well, I don't want either of those. Can I have a Reese's cup? And it's like, no, you have to choose between a banana Laffy Taffy and this gross Jolly Rancher.
Banana Laffy Taffy is the worst mistake. I don't know how they're still a thing. There's so many candies. Like, how are they still around?
You like Dum Dums?
Dum Dum.
It's the little suckers.
Yeah. Why not?
What's your favorite Dum Dum? There's a clear number one answer, and you're not going to say it, and it's going to drive me insane.
Can't think of a lot of flavors off the top of my head. I like the root beers.
You are insane.
What's the best
That's
flavor?
the worst one you could have said.
What's
the best one is the blue raspberry one. It turns
Hold on, wait a minute. Did you just say the blue raspberry Jolly Rancher's the worst, and then say Dum Dum's the best?
Blue raspberry Jolly Ranchers are gross. Fuck.
They're the same thing in a different presentation.
Blue raspberry Jolly Ranchers are gross. Blue raspberry Dum Dums are delicious.
Louis, they're both sugar with blue raspberry flavoring.
Blue raspberry
One is in a log.
Now and laters are also delicious.
One is a log, and the other is a sphere on the end of a stick. They're both the exact same thing.
They're not, though.
They are, though.
They're not, though. So
are Mike and Ike's and jelly beans the same thing?
Absolutely.
Then fucking Mike and or then goddamn
if
Jolly
you
Ranchers
like
and
that,
suckers.
you can fight me.
That's the worst flavor that immediately comes back and says it's the best.
Root beer is
flavor.
not the worst flavor of Dum Dum, but it's certainly not the best flavor.
You remember?
I'd say the worst flavor is probably like cantaloupe or whatever the fuck it was, like white.
Yeah.
Get that shit away from me.
You remember being at the Swanson Center and just like taking an airhead and swishing it back and forth until it was like roughly an inch wide?
Yeah. A little Cho Jolly Ranch or airhead. And
yeah, dude.
Chew on it for 45 minutes. Yeah, I remember that.
Hell yeah. How do we get talking about so much candy? We're fat.
Dude, I love candy. My mom has a whole bag of Reese's something in the fridge. They were called Reese's Clusters, and I only ate 2, and I was so proud of myself.
You like Hershey's Kisses?
Yeah.
You like Hugs?
Hugs are okay. Those are just white chocolate, right?
People think they're white. They're like a milk chocolate center with white chocolate on outside.
Okay,
They're my favorite.
Those are good.
And there was like a whole bunch of flavors we just saw in the Valentine's Day section of Target today. There's like lava cake, a melt away one. I was like, these all sound delicious. Why am I so fat?
Right.
We bought my son. I don't know why. I don't know who would think to buy this for anybody on Valentine's Day, but it was like a small box full of solid chocolate tools. So, I don't know why. My wife thought it was a bad idea, and I said YOLO, and I did it. But he's got like a solid chocolate hammer, screwdriver, adjustable wrench. They're not like their actual size or anything, but it's just like.
Does the adjustable wrench work, though?
I haven't opened it to find out, but I would be very impressed if it did. There was a whole bunch of crazy stuff. There's white chocolate golf balls. There was like chocolate donuts, but like solid chocolate donuts. What?
If I remember correctly,
Yeah.
You like candy corn, right?
I do.
You are a scumbag.
Hold on. I don't like go to the store and buy candy corn. I don't like seek out candy. Again, dude, it's just sugar and honey. Is all it is. It's like candy. It's like I'm the same way as everybody else, but there's like certain candies are just different presentations of the same thing. Like I eat Jolly Ranchers and Dum Dums. They're the same fucking thing. Like candy corn is just like just sugar.
Candy corn is gross.
You like carnival peanuts?
No. The fuck?
You never seen those?
I've seen them. No, I don't eat those. What? I
You-
worked at
do you remember
Menards
Necco wafers,
for
dude?
years. Yeah. Don't talk about Necco wafers, because then Richard's going to listen to this in like 6 years, and then he's going to yell at me because they're clove. They're not purple.
Dude, they
they're
taste
clove.
like Richard. They taste just like purple.
Yeah, they're clove.
You had to describe the flavor of a purple Necco wafer. It's just purple. It tastes
They're
like purple.
clove, and they're delicious, as according to Richard. I don't eat old people.
Richard also likes black licorice, if I'm correct.
I don't know.
He's a
think,
monster.
I think
human.
Richard likes all licorice.
He's disgusting. Richard, you're disgusting.
So, speaking of Richard, we'll move on from candy to the whole point of
The real sweetness.
said podcast. I am the host of a friendship podcast here on Lousers,
That's what I'm doing here.
a friendship podcast. So today, I'm going to ask
On how it's
you
made.
again, who is your best friend? And I know you're going to say Pamela. We'll talk about Pamela more,
Mhm.
but like when you think of my best friend, who do you think of?
Spouse aside, it's hard elimination on that. It would be Louis Tonarini, the man, the myth, the legend. And then a close, very close second would be Richard Porter. Very close second.
We don't have to number anything. We're
That's
good.
fine. That's whatever. I think at this point it's known. I'm not fucking not surprising anybody by this. I mean, and if I'm being really honest, it just depends on the day, I guess. I have more contact with Richard on the day-to-day basis. He's, we're both family men with things going on. He's got a lot of stuff going on too. I don't know. I have more day-to-day contact with Richard, but you guys are both my best friends. I used to have a best friend named Jordan. We all had a best friend named Jordan. We watch him communicate with other people through social media.
We're not here to talk about anybody, Brett.
I'm not saying anything bad.
Jordan is still alive. Don't talk about him like he's dead. He's still our friend. He just lives in Texas and he's hard to get a hold of. That's all that happened.
Yep. Yeah, I'd say you two are the forerunners, Richard Porter and Louis Tonarini.
And we became friends because of Jordan.
That is very much correct.
So let's not say anything bad about him.
I wasn't going to say anything bad about him.
He's fine. He's doing his thing, man.
He's doing his thing, yeah. It's just, I miss him is all. Wish he'd communicate more.
When we were kids, you were friends with a gentleman I was not fond of.
I'd say several gentlemen you weren't fond of.
Yeah. There was one. There was one more.
There was one specific, but
more than the others.
rest of them I don't think you cared for either.
We're not going to get too far into it. So I just did not like you by association. And your mom worked at the park district or whatever, so I was familiar with her and she was fine. She's,
my mom.
Yeah, I love your mom to death. But I was not a fan of you, and we were in the same summer days thing, and we both had our own little groups, and we didn't talk because we just weren't friends. And Jordan lived right behind me, and he was my best friend, and he would come over all the time, and then all of a sudden he's got a new friend, and he's hanging out with Brett all the time, and I don't like Brett. And he's like, well, I can't come over because Brett's here, and I can't just leave him. Can Brett come over? And I was like, oh, fine. And then you started coming over, and you were like, dude, pool.
Nice
pool though? Dude, you got a pool? So
that pool though.
So we became friends because of my pool.
Basically, yeah.
You would just call the house and be like, can I come over and swim though?
Yeah.
And I'd be like, we have other stuff. And you'd be like, but can I swim though?
I just had a weird memory come back to me. And now I may be very wrong in this. There was a summer where Jordan went to like camp. Was that when I first started communicating directly with you about your pool? Or was that later?
I don't know for sure. I can't remember exactly.
Because I remember for a little bit anyways, it was only Jordan was our segue.
Yeah.
Like I'd go to Jordan and then we'd go to you. For a good amount of time, that was how it was.
Yeah.
Kind of like how me and Richard was always through you for a while.
Yeah, I'm kind of the go-to guy.
But I for some reason in my head, I'm remembering that like one year Jordan was going to his camp, and there was no middleman anymore.
Yeah.
And I feel like we were already established at that point.
I don't know.
You remember him going to camp though?
Yeah, I
did it for a couple of years.
I do remember him. He loved his camp. You would come over and we eventually became friends, the best of friends. But you would come over and we were talking about Pokemon cards, and I was like, oh, nerds. I was so close to having all of the first 151 cards or whatever. And you're like, oh, I have this guy and that guy and this guy. And by this time, we're already on like the fourth fucking generation of Pokemon. And who cares if you have the first 151? There's a million of them.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, I have all those. I'll let you have them. I was like, oh, really? And so you came over and you gave me the ones to finish my collection.
Remember that?
And and then we were like, "Oh, you want to spend the night? You know, we can hang out and play video games or whatever." And you're like, "Yeah, that sounds like fun." You called your mom, and she was like, "No,
Yeah.
I have a headache."
Yeah.
And it's
Just
like
that was her go-to thing.
we all just stared at you like, if she has a headache, wouldn't it be better if you weren't home?
Yeah.
Like, what?
No,
And
didn't make a whole lot of sense.
eventually, it just sleepovers weren't even a thing. It was like you lived at my house for a week, and then I lived at your house for a week, and then
Yeah.
you lived at my house for a week, and back and forth. And
We'd basically just go home to get clothes and shower. And
your mom would feed me, and then my mom would feed you, and back and forth forever. Well, not forever until we
until
grew
I
up.
graduated high school. Well, even then, we still rode. How long?
Menards.
Yeah.
Until we started at Menards.
So we started working 65 hours at Menards.
Yeah. Until you started morning stocking. And then I'd have to get up at 9 in the morning, which is an insane sentence to me now,
Yeah.
to go pick up you and Joe from
Joe.
morning stock.
Another former friend of ours.
I mean, I still talk to Joe. Not really,
I
but
haven't talked. The last time I spoke to Joe, really, he crashed a bonfire of mine. Yep.
yeah, that had to be a really long time ago. When's the last time you had a bonfire?
Still live with my dad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was that before Pam?
I think Pam was like just a thing.
Yeah.
I think I was
long.
having the bonfire. Was that the first time she ever came over?
That was a while back.
I think
Oh, he was hanging out with Taylor, right?
Yeah.
I do remember that now. I don't think I was there, but
They were definitely not invited, and they just kind of. So my dad's just to give for context for people that don't understand how random people can just be showing up in my house. That was Louie's entire childhood. First off, and second off,
swag.
my dad lives in like a house that was split into two houses, and my godfather lives in the second house, and his daughter is good friends with our former friend. Well, not former friend.
With our friend.
Our friend.
He's our friend.
Discommunicated friend. And they just kind of showed up at my bonfire when I'm trying to impress my now wife, and it was just real awkward.
It worked.
Yes.
Dude,
There's a dad or my massive schlong.
definitely not your schlong.
Schlong's tiny.
Crazy.
I don't remember how me and Jordan really started talking. I know me and Jordan have been in the same level, same class for all of our school.
Same grade and everything.
Same grade, same
Eventually,
preschool, same everything.
Yeah.
But I know, because like you said, I hung out with the unfavorables in your mind. In your mind, they were the unfavorables.
Okay. Breathe, Lou. Breathe.
I hung out with people you did not like. How about that? Is that
Okay.
better?
Just move on.
And I know that I eventually just wasn't jiving with that anymore. And I know I gravitated towards Jordan, obviously, because we met. But like, I don't remember at what point Jordan was the one I really attached myself to get away from that other group of people.
I have no idea.
Kind of bugs me that I can't remember it.
How you met Richard through me.
Yes.
Richard was my friend in high school. We met in math class. Do you remember meeting Richard or anything? Was that just from the walks home?
Yeah, I don't have a first memory of Richard. I think I was introduced to him at school at some point. You and Greg talked about the Swanson gym, hanging out.
Greg?
Yeah, Greg Mel in the Greg
Greg M?
episode. Yeah, you guys would hang out in the
Oh,
Swanson
I thought
gym.
you meant like me and Greg would talk to you about Richard. And I was like, how on
No.
earth did you know Greg before Richard?
No, you were talking.
sorry.
You guys would hang out in the Swanson. I think Richard was a part of that group. Because that's where my first. I could be wrong, but that was the first time I remember seeing Richard was in the Swanson bleachers up there. Because I didn't really hang out with you guys in the middle before class. I was always trying to hang out with, I don't know, Kelly. 'Cause I didn't know if I should call her out on that.
You're fine. You know, you didn't. We're all adults. You'd be
I
all
was
right.
trying to hang out with her for most of the time that I can remember. Or I would hang out with
Well, I just remember we'd walk to McDonald's or whatever, and we'd see Richard walking to and from his girlfriend's house,
Oh, hi, Richard. Yeah.
and he'd always call you Jordan. And you'd get mad.
Yeah, he would always call me Jordan. I don't know. He would never call Jordan Brett. It'd always just be me, Jordan. And it would piss me off pretty bad. I was an angry child.
I think he had a class with Jordan, so he was more adapt to Jordan.
Yeah.
But that's how it was, man.
I feel like I didn't have any classes with my friends in high school. I can remember only like a couple of classes I had with Jordan.
You had graphic arts with Jordan, didn't you?
Yeah.
And Eddie.
That was it. Graphic arts and then drafting with Jordan. That wasn't even drafting. What was that? 3D animation? No, it had to be drafting because it was a Corbin. Imagine Jordan taking a drafting class? Because I did. I can't. That was when he got his wisdom teeth removed.
Oh, I remember that. That was awful. He can only eat soup. Yeah.
He got up in the middle of his very much not lunch class. That it was not his lunch period by any means. It was like, I'm just gonna go get soup. He walked in class to get soup, dude. And Corbin just let him. He's like, all right, I don't know what else to do here. He came back with soup. I don't know. It was funny as fuck, is what it was. You're high off his mind on some strong ass painkillers.
I'm just gonna go get soup.
He did. He just got up and went and got soup, man. It was like fifth period drafting. We already had lunch. Jordan, what are you doing? Mind you, he was asleep before he got up to say this too. He was like sleeping on his keyboard. He gets up, he's like, I think I'm gonna go get soup, and he just leaves.
That's awesome.
I miss that kid so much.
Fucking Corbin.
Favorite teacher by far.
Corbin was awesome.
Letting us play Counter-Strike and shit in his class. He never gave a fuck.
He gave a fuck.
He did, but he didn't.
He did. What's your favorite Richard memory?
One of the first ones that comes to mind is we went for a hike. It's Starved Rock. What happened? Now I'm on the spot. I'm not going to remember what happened. We were hiking, and it was like, so for those of you, I mean, I don't know. I guess you all should know what Starved Rock is like, because only people listening to this podcast are from the area. You've never been to Starved Rock?
I'll have you know, people in India listen to this podcast.
Right. Indian people that are listening to the Losers podcast. There's an area of Illinois called Starved Rock that is a known and very nice hiking trail and landmark. And there's a part of this hiking trail that me and Richard did not anticipate being as intense as it was. And we got up to the top. What did he say? He said something so funny, and I'm not going to remember it now because I'm on the spot. We get up to the top. We're sweating bullets. We can't breathe. We're basically dying. And he just said something so funny. It was like a quote. What was it? I can't remember.
It'll come to you, Freud.
Yeah, but that's one of my favorite memories is hiking with Richard. And him just dying saying something. What else I got with Richard? There's a lot of good memories. We go to the auto show, the Chicago Auto Show every year. Those are always fun. Help me pick out my first car, essentially.
Foster.
Yeah.
Thanks for that, Rich.
Yeah, thanks, asshole.
How did you and your wife meet?
I can thank the John Menard for that.
Save big money at Menards.
I worked at Menards. I had been there for too long. More than one day is too long at that place. And
Truth.
I had some people I was pretty close with there, and it was a front end manager. Well, she wasn't a manager at the time.
No, she was. If
Cashier?
I remember correctly, she was just a cashier.
Oh no, Pamela was, but Nicolette was a head cashier at the time.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah.
So there's a position at Menards, it's like head cashier, where you're not a manager, but you kind of oversee the cash registers. And I was pretty cool with this head cashier, and somehow the topic of coffee flavored ice cream got brought up, and I said I would never try it because I hate coffee. And Pamela happened to be my cashier, and she overheard the conversation, and she said that she would try coffee ice cream. So I bet them both my now wife and the head cashier that if I get more Menards employees to say that they would not eat or try coffee flavored ice cream, that I'd win the bet and they'd owe me something. I don't know, ice cream. Lo and behold, I lost the bet and I had to buy them ice cream. And I don't know, in the smoothest that I've ever been in my entire life, instead of bringing ice cream to my now wife, I asked her if she would just go get it with me. Smoothest that I will ever be, I think, probably.
Smooth as a baby's ass.
Or Louis' ass.
That's pretty cool. What's your favorite Pamela memory? Well, besides like your wedding and stuff. Like, I don't want to say your favorite memory. What's a memory that makes you smile?
There's a lot of them.
Obviously, your favorites would be like your wedding and the birth of your son and the obvious ones. But what's something that you don't
There
like,
was
that you wouldn't think about immediately? Like you would think about, but somebody else wouldn't guess.
So early on in our relationship, we had I don't know. I guess it doesn't really matter. There was a relationship scare, let's just say, and I didn't handle it very well, and so she got really upset with me, and make up for it, I ended up taking off of work and called off sick, and we went. I took her downtown to walk along the beach, walk along Lake Michigan. We started at where did we start? The planetarium. Is that the farthest south?
Yeah.
No, we started at
No.
the shed aquarium. We didn't go to the shed, but we just parked near there, and we just walked all the way from there to Navy Pier, and that's a pretty good hike. But we like in some areas of the beachfront, there's like these huge boulders, and we climbed down and just kind of hung out by the water. We found like someone made like a swing off of these rocks. I don't know. It was just a cool for something that started off so rough. That day started off so rough. It turned into like a really nice little date, and that's one of my favorite memories. Being downtown for that walk. It was hot as fuck. We lost a lot of weight. It's a nice hike from the Shed Aquarium up to Navy Pier. Then we stopped and had Giordano's Pizza. Looked at all the little Navy Pier shops, and then we had to walk all the way back. It was a nice time though. Say that's one of my favorite memories. Sure.
Nice. I've never heard that one before. That's nice. What else do I got for you? I want to say thank you. You were a part of the first Losers virtual talent show for suicide prevention.
I wish I could have done more for you.
You were fine. I should have put more into it. I wasn't feeling it at the end there. I had reached out to some people to see if they wanted to perform, and what I learned was nobody wants to perform. And I understand. It just kind of drove me a little nuts.
Yeah, but you got to take solace in the fact that most people won't even try. You know, even though every little bit helps. And you got to feel good knowing that you wanted to make a difference, and even in a small way did. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I did. We did something. It was fun too. It was about a half hour.
Yeah, it was a good time. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, that was fun, and I have the decals made for the people that performed and for the people that donated. And I said I have them made, but you made them.
You had them made. I
Yeah.
made them.
Yeah,
You asked and I provided.
that was nice. I appreciate you did the whistle, and then you tried to teach everybody else how to whistle, and nobody did well.
Like I said on the little show there, the only person that I've ever successfully been able to teach is Lorelai.
Yeah,
She picked it up like almost immediately. I don't know how, but I don't know if she still. It's been a while since I've asked her if she could, but I'm sure she still could.
smart man.
Lorelai's very smart.
Yeah.
Kind of a psycho though.
Damn. I haven't. I don't know about all that, but
I call her a psycho just to be funny. She's a good kid. All of the Regalado children are good kids.
Yeah, I agree with that. My guys. Aiden's the only guy, but those are my my buddies. Um, anything you want to do? Shout out or anything? Anything you wanted to
No, I mean,
mention or talk about?
thank you for everyone that's continuing to listen to Louis' podcast.
Yeah,
Dream of his, and he likes to do it.
like and share on the Losers Friendship Podcast Facebook page. I also have an Instagram page. Go follow that.
If you guys need decals or design things, feel free to ask me for it. Can't
Yeah.
promise that I can do it, but I can give it a try.
He's gonna do it. He can do it. I believe in him.
Yeah.
Look him up, Apollo Design on Facebook or Instagram.
Yeah, you can find it through my. If it's easier, just Brett Sparks on Facebook. You'll find me. You know who I am.
And try and be on the lookout for Apollo Design on TikTok.
Yeah, I'm thinking about it. I got some ideas brewing about how to make videos of that. Just the whole start to finish process on a decal, really.
So I have another idea.
Oh.
My problem is I drive around on a forklift all day by
Yeah.
myself and I just think of things. I'm like, oh, I can do that. I can do this. I can do that. I had an idea of for my birthday, which is months and months away. I don't want stuff. I want to try and raise money again for the suicide prevention. I have to figure out how I'm going to figure it out. But
Figure out how to figure it out?
I have to figure out how I'm going to like set up the donations. But I was thinking I'd get 7 or 8 of my closest friends that are willing to do it. I want to get like dressed up, not really dressed up, but like nicer clothes. I want to rent a room at the Swanson Center, not the Swanson, but the community building there.
Mhm.
And I want to record like a Lousers roast of Louis Tonarini.
Oh, dude, I'd be so into it.
So I want to like do a roast and like have everybody. I would have to get it set up early, but like have everybody like write down like bits and stuff and like really get it going. So like you can people can come up with jokes and stuff and like have people donate money to the. I don't know how that will correlate, but you donate for the cause with the roast.
You could always have. This is gonna take a lot of work, but you can always have like the 8 of us or so that you want there. But then you could have like a live stream that's going at the same time.
I definitely don't know how to do that.
Well, you got 8 months and or so to figure it out. And again, we could help you out with that.
Yeah, I'd have to figure it out. But it's just a thought in my head.
I love this
I mentioned
idea.
to Hannah and she just kind of looked at me like I was insane.
I love the idea, if I'm being honest.
I thought it would be fun, kind of like a Comedy Central roast, but it's just my friends and I just talking shit to each other and then
for a
just
good cause, yeah.
laying into me.
I'd be all about it.
You know, I don't know. It was a thought.
The big, what are you, 27 in August?
I'll be 27, but that doesn't matter as much. I just thought it would be funny.
Yeah,
like
I like
a
the idea.
funny thing. And I'd probably try and record it and put it up on YouTube. I want to start a YouTube channel. I have to figure that shit out too.
Oh, YouTube's super easy.
Yeah, I was thinking about taking all the podcasts and then putting those on YouTube with just a picture, which would be the picture that Hannah takes of us every time that we're doing a podcast. But I don't know how to do that. And it's hard to get help sometimes. People want to help, but it's just a matter of actually being able to get over and show and this and that.
You just full Joe Rogan this shit. You gotta get a camera on the wall back there looking at here. Get one behind you on a tripod looking at you. Full Joe Rogan this shit. Let's go.
I don't know how to do that though.
Dude, I'm gonna take a couple weeks. I'm just gonna stay in your basement setting this up. I'm gonna do it.
We got to paint. We're gonna paint everything this yellow color. Started there. Thank you again for being on.
Oh, anytime. I love it.
I haven't stopped to check in a while. Hopefully it didn't crap out on us. We didn't get the full 3 hours.
No,
We got about half. But
Yeah.
that's okay.
there'll be more podcasts.
There will be way more. Next time, I think Liz is coming over. I think I have Liz scheduled, not for next week, but the week after.
Better run that 5K.
And then the week after that, I think I have Panzone. No, he's not Panzone anymore. Big Country.
What? He's not Panzone no more?
Yeah, you got to listen to the podcast. He's Big Country now. For those of you listening, thank you. Keep listening. I appreciate it so much.
Stay healthy.
Doing this podcast has really opened me up to people being supportive, because I'll get people that just message me and stuff, and it's like I'm listening to this and it's like I'm there. People tell me they like talk to the podcast in their car and stuff, and I think that's so cool.
Well, it's like I told you when the Greg, I was like, Sparks, what are you doing, retard?
Yeah. So I think it's really cool. I really appreciate everybody listening and everything. It's, this has been something I've wanted to do forever.
Proud of you, fam.
Doctor? Awesome wood?
Awesome wood.
Do the wave?
Oh, it's so hard from this far away. We can't downstairs, though.
Downstairs. Oh, I don't like downstairs. All right. Bye.
Yeah.